Irvine Welsh, the author of Trainspotting, shared how turning his novel into a film was both thrilling and challenging. Working with Danny Boyle and John Hodge, he ensured the movie captured the raw energy, dark humor, and emotional depth of the book.
This was the thing that I thought, this is what I'm enjoying doing. I'm writing these stories. I'm enjoying the fuck out of it. I'm putting these books together. I'm starting to write these screenplays. I'm putting that together. I'm getting involved in film and I'm getting on TV and stuff like that. Like, this is brilliant. This is just great. It's like everything else, all the trappings of that go, like, it's just secondary. Is that? You can dip into that, or you can you can not dip into it as you choose. It's not important though.
Did you realise how big it would have been once you'd finished it? Not just for yourself, but for even the people who played the parts in the film, the plays. How many lives it's actually changed? Did you realise that? Did you have a gut feeling that this is going to be massive?
No, I kind of, you think at the time, like, if your mates will read it and probably enjoy it, and maybe some people kind of in Edinburgh will read it, but you don't really think of it as being, it's not the book you would think about as transferable, because so much of it is written in Scottish vernacular, and you think people aren't going to get this, but why are people in like Australia and South Africa and kind of why are they reading it? And but the translations apparently really work as well. It's like people will say. I think the characters are universal. Everybody knows to some extent, a Begbie, a Spud, a Sick Boy, a Renton, it's like people in Moscow say, oh, we know this Begbie character, we know this Renton character, we know a Spud and all that. And so these characters are fairly universal archetypes, but I think also what's kept it kind of so prominent are the themes of deindustrialization and the redundancy of human beings, and what do we do in the post-work world? How do we adapt to it? And it's whenever you have we're changing now. We've gone from kind of the medieval era into the capitalist era, kind of the feudalist era, the capitalist era. Now we're into this conceptualist era, where we don't actually make physical goods, we just kind of manufacture ideas, and they're harder to sell, so there's not a commercial marketplace. So we're in this kind of deindustrializing kind of non-profit, non-wage era, so it's like, and when you think about it, every time you have a transition, when you had the transition from feudalism to capitalism, you had a plague, you had the Black Death came in, and that was because people were pushed together in these insanitary conditions, And now I think the new plague is drugs, and not necessarily, not just kind of, not just illegal drugs, but all the big pharma and the massive
pharmaceutical,
and the massive prescribing of overprescribing of drugs for every ailment, and that's because it is the last stand. I mean, it's like kind of. It's like the impact of neoliberalism in housing and education, and now it's kind of happening in health. The idea is that, we'll keep you alive till you're 100 or 150, but you'll be fucking miserable for half these years, and you'll be dependent on these products that we have to keep you going, like these pills. So it's that kind of creation of not a market, because markets are supposed to be competitive, but a captive audience that you're feeding this kind of product to, and that's the new plague basically. It's the new, because it's like a psychic plague. We're not kind of crushed together in these insanitary conditions, but now we're kind of we're overloaded with information and disinformation, and we have to sift through that, and it's psychically. It's just too much for people, basically,
Welsh praised the cast, especially Ewan McGregor, for bringing the complex characters to life.
That's why a lot of people's minds are breaking down. Suicide's on the rise as well. Social media is not far behind it. Social media is playing a big part in people's lives. They think people are living a great life. Anybody can promote a great life on social media.
Well, everybody does. I mean, I do it myself on Instagram. It's like kind of... It's amazing. Everyone's got its own discipline. I mean, I'm a total cunt on Twitter. I'm just a bastard to everybody. I mean, it's like fuck you, fuck this cunt, fuck that. Because it's just nasty, fleeting thoughts that you fire out, like Whereas on Instagram, it's like kind of, oh, look at me, I'm having fun, man. My best mates, we're great,
living my best life.
Woohoo!
As it can be a bastard, but you can utilise that to your advantage. See, when you were picking the characters for Trainspotting, did you have a say in the actors?
Well, we talked about the casting of it, and Danny was really keen on Ewan McGregor because he worked with him in Shallow Grave.
Great part to include.
And it was fabulous. And he was also keen on Christopher Eccleston, who he worked with in Shallow Grave, to play Begbie, because Christopher Eccleston's a really big guy, and he's a fantastic actor, Christopher Eccleston. So it would have been interesting casting. But they went with Bobby, who was like, the wee guy, basically. And it's like the kind of there's something horrible about it's sort of like a big hard bastard. You think, fuck me, I'm going to get a kicking for this big hard cunt. But a wee hard bastard, you think, fuck me, I'm going to get a kicking for this wee hard bastard. And even if I give this guy a fucking kicking, there's no glory in it. You're just picked on this little cunt, So you think, fuck, I've lost before I even start here, So it's like, but there's something incendiary about the crazy wee guy, basically. So Bobby really inhabits that kind of space, and he made Begbie a completely different character to how I envisaged him in the book. I saw him as being a much bigger physical presence. And Ewan was in the play, the Trainspotting play. Ewan Bremner was in the Trainspotting play, and I really liked Ewan as an actor, so I'd kind of put him and Susan Fiddler, who was in the Trainspotting play, because I'd seen them both in that Mike Leigh film, Naked. They were the two kind of young kind of Edinburgh street urchins lost in London who were having this big argument with each other in the street when David Thewlis was kind of walking past and all. I thought, fuck me, I'm actually hearing two Edinburgh kids, because it's usually Glasgow accents that you hear when you see kids and kind of playing these kind of characters. I thought, God, it's two Edinburgh. I wonder who these guys are. They'd be brilliant for this play, So we've got in touch with them and got them cast for the play, and Danny really liked them, so he had them in the movie. And Johnny Lee Miller, I didn't know anything about Johnny, but and Johnny was at that time was probably kind of was the most Hollywood of them all. He was kind of the most successful.
Despite its bold themes, the film became a cultural phenomenon, proving that risky stories can succeed when done right. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more.